Well, that was underwhelming.
Hi, everybody. We are back. It is myself, Tia, and of course, my companion, the one true Renairen. And you might have guessed that this was not Ren's pick.
No, I've never been a fan of or good at point-and-click adventure games. Not just because the solutions are abstract and asinine, because it's Sierra. It just never grabbed me, the gameplay loop. But on the other hand, T here is, well versed.
I've been playing the King's Quest games since I was really, really young. Actually, on our very first computer that we ever had, we had King's Quest and we had Space Quest, the originals. And these games are pretty nostalgic for me because my dad and I played through basically all of them. I think the only one I haven't beaten is King's Quest 3. I got about halfway through that one. But yeah, I bought the King's Quest collection, and this is my favorite one in this series, and I wanted to share it with Ren. And we'll see how he does. I haven't played this for a while, but I remember a lot of the solutions to the puzzles. So I'm going to be the secret keeper, the puzzle solver.
I'm going to click the mouse when she tells me to.
No. You're actually going to do the exploration. I'm just going to help you if you can't figure it out.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah, it was.
There was...
No, the deal was that you take a drink every time you solve a puzzle, and I take a drink every time you ask me for help.
You're going to be useless in the first 3 screens.
I know, so maybe you should just play. Let's get this train moving.
All that Evian water we're drinking out of our recyclable bottles.
What? I have a swell bottle.
We'll get demonetized.
I feel like we missed the intro.
So, yeah, okay. Do I
So,
just go?
yeah. So,
The ocean is not as calm as it appears. Underwater currents tug at Alexander's legs.
go up to the menu for a sec, so at the very top of the screen, and go to options all the way on the far, yeah. Huh, okay. I guess we're just starting here. There's supposed to be like an intro.
I can hit restart.
I mean, try it.
Are you sure you want to clear your game and restart?
Yes.
I wonder if it's because of the changes I made to make this work.
No. Click the mouse.
I clicked the mouse.
Okay,
I
never
clicked
mind.
the mouse again. Still clicking the mouse. Nothing's happening.
There's supposed to be like a whole movie where we know why Alexander's on the beach.
I assume there's a puzzle we have to solve to see it.
No. Okay, well, let's just play, I guess. So the whole reason that he's here is he was looking in his dad's magic mirror and he saw a beautiful princess, and then he decided to sail to these isles to meet the princess, and he shipwrecked. So we are in the land of the Green
Alexander
Isles.
picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach. Alexander has no need to carry around large rocks. Alexander pushes the plank to one side.
You're doing
A
pretty
box has been partially buried under sand. Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
Congratulations, you now have 1 coin.
The sand is warm to the touch.
I would like to take the sand.
No, sand is so
Alexander
coarse.
has no use for the ship debris.
You just found
Alexander has no use for the ship debris.
Say what now?
Without a ship, Alexander has no need for a ship's wheel.
I think there's a way to put up subtitles too if you want.
speech.
Text. Does it do both? Oh, it doesn't do both?
Oh, wait, well, let's see here. Oh. That's silly.
That is silly. I thought you could do both, but...
I better save.
Well, it's not... Do you want to save as control?
Sure.
To take the path, Alexander need only walk down it.
Yeah, you don't have to literally take it.
A path leads inland to the north. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore. The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow. Alexander is standing on a beach littered with debris from his shipwreck. A path leads north into the lush green island. An occasional breeze rustles the nearby foliage. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him.
I think that's good for this screen.
Yeah.
There's just no movies in this version. That's all. We get nothing. Good day, sir.
Apparently not. It's very odd.
Oh god, I'm crippled by indecision already.
You want to go into the town, or?
No, I want to look at
A
everything
hollow
first.
in the trunk of the old tree forms a perfect nesting place for wildlife. Alexander is standing at a crossroads. To the left, he can see a village. To the right, a castle. From the south come the sounds of the sea. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle.
This was kind of the playstyle of King's
To
Quest
the
that I
left,
enjoyed the
a
most.
small village seems to invite the weary traveler.
Well, I am a weary traveler. Time to go get invited.
You're like a shipwreck survivor.
Keep walking. Whoa, we just got real fast all of a sudden.
The sign says pawn shop. The pawn shop window has the words curios and antiques painted on it. What an interesting looking shop.
Oh, well, I guess whatever you said probably wasn't important.
The sign above the door says Ali's Books. Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right, a hard-packed path beneath his feet, and palm trees waving over his head. To the north, a key-shaped arch leads to another part of the village. A large round pot is one of the pottery pieces on display outside the shops. An old beggar is peddling his wares in the village. He offers a variety of lamps, all neatly lined up on a long pole. The peddler's pole provides convenient transportation of the lamp seller's wares. There are 6 new lamps on the pole.
Wouldn't he be like not a
Alexander
beggar?
is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right.
Oh, good, you can skip dialogue.
Yeah.
Old lamps for new! Old lamps for new!
I don't have any lamps to trade in, so
No,
on
you
we
don't.
go. Well, you don't have black hair, but
No, you're not gonna mac on that girl. You can also just, like, cycle through them.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning!
The girl is too far away to hold a conversation with Alexander.
And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
Like, right, yeah.
oh, good, that's easy.
Yeah.
The entrance to the house is a time-worn wooden door.
Can you get more information about the house, please?
The house is made of stucco in an architectural style native to the island. It is apparently quite old since climbing vines
What?
embrace its exterior.
Stucco?
You literally asked for more information about the house, and the game was like, here's some more information. And then you were like, wait, what?
Red roses beautifully cover the top of the house's fence and gate arbor. Alexander is standing on a dirt.
On we go.
On you go.
Oh, no, this is the end, I guess.
No, it's not. You can go that way. Because the path goes that way. Like, click all the way over. As far as I will go. There you go.
Oh, fresh boat. I'm gonna take it.
I mean, okay. Doesn't look particularly seaworthy.
Just have to wait for higher tide.
So if you want to enter buildings, you have to use the hand on them.
What? Why?
Because you're interacting with a door.
Yeah, what do you want?
Your earring is gigantic, sir.
Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him. The ferryman's face has been weathered by the sea air and by worry. He's definitely out of sorts. He glares at Alexander in a most suspicious and unfriendly manner.
Very popular ferryman.
Good day, sir. I was just wondering if you own this boat?
None of your business, stranger. Go away. The ferry's out of business.
No.
I doth protest.
I have infinite time.
I said the ferry's out of business. What do you want to keep bothering me for?
Poke.
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost anything. That boat is not going anywhere.
Good day, sir.
Go away. The ferry's out of business.
I just tried to leave.
Yeah, no, he had to tell you off before you left.
Okay, well, that was exciting.
Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property unless he's been invited.
What kind of adventure game hero are you? Link could be in there smashing pots and cutting down grass 5 minutes ago.
Actually, my dad and I talked about this and how, like, the Graham family and their morality is kind of weird because they basically you're never supposed to kill anything. Like, there's always another way. Thinking King's Quest 1, you don't have to kill the rat.
Why is that a weird morality, not murdering?
Well, if for a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. I will be right up.
Over. Correct.
Now, what can I do for you?
You can kindly be quiet while I talk to this clearly malicious person over here. After I try and steal this.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
See, I'm laughing because I know what this book is and I know what it's used for.
For some inexplicable reason, Alexander feels compelled to avoid this hooded old man.
Well, you're not the boss of me. But I'm gonna save first.
Control 1.
Yes.
There is no control. We
For
have
some
lost the
inexplicable
control.
reason.
No.
For some inexplicable
Talk
reason.
to him.
Well, then actually
An
hit the
old
talk
man
button.
occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood.
Okay.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old...
Good day, sir.
Annoying him won't help.
What if I just steal all the books?
I don't think the shopkeeper would let
Alexander
you.
rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing.
Good day, merchant. Can you tell me what land this is?
Why, certainly. This is the Isle of the Crown, the main isle of the land of the Green Isles.
Thank the fates. I knew I was close when we sank, but I dared not hope. Tell me, how fares your Princess Cassima?
The princess? She is well enough, I suppose.
Is she near?
The castle of the Crown on the hill, sir. And good luck.
What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is a big question, young man. Perhaps you will be so kind as to first tell me who you are and what exactly you want to know.
My name is Alexander. You said that this is the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever else you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
This island is called the Isle of the Crown because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
I would also like to point out Alexander is a prince.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah. Remember, you need to use a hand to get out a door.
Oh, right. That was the most helpful NPC in any video game ever.
Well, you haven't met all the NPCs on the island yet.
I don't want to talk to this guy.
You don't have to talk to him.
I'm not going to. Go talk to the ferryman again, because he was so helpful the first time.
I mean, okay.
I've just got a good feeling about that thing, guy. He's just looking for a chance to, I don't know, turn his life around.
I would save.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
Yeah, totally legit.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
I don't know.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
You know what? This guy seems legit.
Totally
Considering
legit.
the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier. The powerful currents grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
As his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
It's probably a mermaid.
I mean, it's
A
probably...
young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks. A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
What do you...
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
Yeah, you've already seen this.
What does it look like I'm...
Yeah. Whatever.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
There's no way that Alexander could have possibly have seen that walking away as he was.
It did make a bamf noise.
I said the ferry's out of business. What do you want to keep bothering me for?
Alexander can't see any way to hold a conversation with that.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside.
It's all about who you know.
Yep.
What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Just like that, here's your magic map.
No, he said he could tell you about
There's
it.
a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck.
I shall only swear I am up to no good.
Several oil lamps are strategically placed around the boat's cabin to eliminate the island's dark nights. The ferryman is a disgruntled-looking man who is probably a lot younger than he appears. Despite his tired air, he watches Alexander patiently. Several oil lamps are strategically placed around the boat's cabin to eliminate the island's dark nights. Alexander is sitting inside the ferry's cabin. The place displays the neatness of a seaman and the sparseness of a bachelor. There are few frills and comforts in the rough wooden environment, but the sunlight shines cheerily on the oaken beams, and the portholes admit a pleasant breeze.
Alright, do you have anything else to say?
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
Okay then.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around, always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
You will hate it.
Probably. I'm not exactly thrilled right now.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
Because something kills you, I assume.
What else can
No.
you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
I'll always tell always like, yeah, you can't go very far in. Logical pull-up. Oh, why not? Nope, just next subject. Keep going.
I
What
don't
else
think
can you tell me about the land?
I don't think you would
The
believe
Castle
him.
of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
Your knowledge of the land shall
Should
be great.
Yeah, you've hit NPC
Well-
dialogue bottom.
I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Alexander's so polite.
Well, I mean, it's what you got to do if you're gonna wander around adventure. As maybe with the prince, he would have had a bit more. Then again, I guess he did get washed up on shore. Kind of hard to keep your coin in person when you're trying to survive. And we just established he's kind of a shit swimmer.
It's kind of funny because I just played King's Quest VII, and both Rosella and Valenice always introduce themselves as of Daventry, and Alexander I don't think ever says that. He's just like, hey, I'm Alexander, what's up?
I refuse to talk to that old man.
You don't have to.
Good, I'm not going to.
Okay, why?
Because I probably need to.
Good day.
Were you just in the other shop?
For no apparent reason, Alexander's flesh crawls at the mere thought of touching the old man.
Touch the old man, Alexander.
For no apparent reason,
Do it.
Alexander's flesh crawls at the mere thought of touching the old man.
Look at the old man, Alexander.
A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. An old suit of armor stands in the pawn shop. It looks like a vigilant guard against thieves and carpet salesmen, even though it is headless.
I always wonder what the shopkeepers are thinking when Alexander just kind of spaces out for about 5 to 10 seconds, looking at something, and then turns around, looks at something else, spaces out.
I assume it's like pocket dimension time.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble, and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
I literally have nothing to my name except this one little coin. Oh, I guess I have a signet ring.
But we haven't been everywhere
Alexander's
yet.
ring is made of the purest gold and has the insignia of the royal family of Daventry on its face.
Yeah, plus I'm gonna marry that princess at some point. I would need that ring to prove I was a king prince.
Alexander is carrying a book from the bargain table in the bookshop.
Bargain.
I was hoping you'd do this.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 and an eighth bottles of wild beast lard.
Phew, what an incredibly boring book. No wonder the bookshop owner wanted to get rid of it so badly.
Am I gonna actually need to put myself to sleep with that later?
No, not exactly.
Alright. Never you, old man. Anyone but you.
Remember, you gotta be like...
Old lamps for new.
No!
Old lamps.
I refuse.
You're not even curious why he wants... Okay, it's down. You're not even curious why he wants old lamps?
I assume he's got some kind of unfortunate condition.
No, actually, he's got a pretty sound business plan.
Does he refurbish them and sell the new ones?
Nope.
Wait,
it's a much more lottery-like business plan.
Wait, why am I interested? I don't care about that old man.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh.
The little hut is empty.
Hello, friends.
2 guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite fierce and have the stiff, blank expression of soldiers on formal duty.
It's like Buckingham Palace, but not.
Excuse me, guardsmen, guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
You okay? Bye.
Weren't you just talking about how to prove who you are?
No. Keep walking.
Okay.
Keep walking.
press Y to doubt?
He's versatile.
Okay.
The narrow path ends abruptly at a pile of boulders. Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. The side of the castle...
Whatever.
This...
Whatever.
Okay.
This is why I don't do well with these games. The pacing is brutal.
I mean, you've actually done quite a bit. You've learned a lot.
But what?
Hmm?
About what?
You've learned a lot about the islands. You've learned...
They're islands?
Oh, God.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown Guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry.
Oh, he
I'm an
does say it.
acquaintance of Princess Cassima. If you could just inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says. Let me just look at that ring.
What does it say, Gruff?
Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Wait here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
I love Captain Saladin.
Oh, look at you guys. You can read.
Oh, wait for Captain Saladin. He's awesome.
Ugh.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume.
Oh, I know that
I'm afraid
voice.
I'm
Yeah.
unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please, follow me.
Like 90% of his awesome is his voice. Who is that?
I'd have to look it up. I can imagine the name, imagine the visage, but yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days.
But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
I think he's on the level.
Yeah, definitely not a genie about what he's got with him either. Totally
You
not.
have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding.
Dude, I want a magic castle full of actual guard
Alexander
dogs.
has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Okay, well, I guess I gotta go talk to the old man. Frustrating.
What's frustrating?
Gotta go talk to the old man.
What? Why?
Because he's an old man.
So are you.
Hey.
Alexander examines
hurts.
the tree's hollow, but finds nothing of interest.
Yeah, so it'll keep your last inventory item you had loaded into the quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you've still got the ring in there.
Alright, let's do this. I'm out of options.
Except you just walked on top of him. You didn't actually talk to him. You just like went and put your balls in his face.
I got his attention, didn't I?
No, probably not. He's an old
Good
man.
day,
He's seen
peddler.
worse.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Okay, well, on that note, I think we'll step away for a bit while I decompress and assimilate the knowledge of the wonderful islands I appear to be marooned on. Yay!
You're doing really well.
Thank you, but man oh man, I'm dying inside.
Oh man. Thanks for watching. I really don't think that Ren will have the mental fortitude to finish this game, but this has been a fun experience.
We'll see what happens, viewers. Take care.
Bye!